Acts chapter 4. And as they spoke to the people, the priests and the captain of the temple and the Sadducayah came upon them, being greatly troubled because they taught the people and proclaimed in Yeshua the resurrection out of dead ones. And they laid the hands on them and put them in ward to the morrow, for it was already evening. But many of them that heard the word believed, and the number of the men came to be about 5,000. And it was on the morrow that their rulers and elders and scribes were gathered together in Jerusalem. And Hananiah the high priest was there, and Caiaphas, and Johanan, and Alexandro, and as many as were of the kindred of the high priest. And when they had set them in the midst, they inquired, By what power or in what name have ye done this? Then Petro, filled with Holy Spirit, said to them, Ye rulers of the people and elders, if we this day are examined concerning a good deed done to a disabled man, by what means this man is made whole, be it known to you all and to all the people of Israel, that in the name of Yeshua anointed the Nathorayah, whom ye crucified, whom the God raised out of dead ones, even in him doth this man stand here before you whole. He is the stone which was set at naught of you, the builders, which was made the head of the corner. And in none other is there salvation, for neither is there any other name under the sky that is given among men, wherein we must be saved. Now, when they beheld the boldness of Petro and Johanan, and had perceived that they were unlearned and inexperienced men, they marveled. They were also recognizing them that with Yeshua they were being. And seeing the man that was healed standing with them, they could say nothing against it. But when they had commanded them to go aside out of the council, they conferred among themselves, saying, What shall we do to these men? For that indeed a notable miracle hath been wrought through them is manifest to all that dwell in Jerusalem, and we cannot deny it. But that it spread no further among the people, let us threaten them, that they speak henceforth to no man in this name. And they called them, and charged them not to speak at all, nor teach in the name of Yeshua. But Petro and Johanan answered and said to them, Whether it is right in the sight of the God to hearken to you rather than to the God, judge ye. For we cannot but speak the things which we saw and heard. And they, when they had further threatened them, let them go, finding nothing how they might punish them because of the people. For all men glorified the God for that which was done. For the man was more than 40 years old, on whom this miracle of healing was wrought. And being let go, they came to their own company, and reported all that the chief priests and the elders had said to them. And they, when they heard it, lifted up their voice to the God with one accord, and said, O Master, thou that didst make the sky and the earth and the sea, and all that in them is, who by Holy Spirit, by the mouth of our father David, thy servant, didst say, why did the nations rage, and the peoples imagine vain things? The kings of the earth set themselves in array, and the rulers were gathered together against the Lord Yahweh and against his anointed. For of a truth in this city against thy holy servant Yeshua, whom thou didst anoint, both Herodes and Pontius Pilate, with the nations and the peoples of Israel, were gathered together, to do whatsoever thy hand and thy counsel foreordained to happen. And now, Lord, look upon their threatenings, and grant to thy bondservants to speak thy word with all boldness, while thou stretchest forth thy hand to heal, and that signs and wonders may be done through the name of thy holy servant Yeshua. And when they had prayed, the place was shaken wherein they were gathered together, and they were all filled with the Holy Spirit, and they spoke the word of the God with boldness. And the multitude of them that believed were being of one heart and soul, and not one of them was saying that aught of the things which he possessed was his own, but all things were being shared. And with great power the sent ones were giving their witness of the resurrection of the Lord Yeshua, and great grace was upon them all. For neither was there among them any that lacked, for as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them, and brought the prices of the things that were sold, and laid them at the feet of the sent ones, and distribution was made to each, according as any one had need. And Yosef, who was by the sent ones surnamed Barnabas, which is, being interpreted, son of exhortation, a Lewi, a man of Cupro by race, having a field, sold it, and brought the money, and laid it at the feet of the sent ones.